Hi, I'm Jonathan Cohen, and welcome to the tutorial on the user menu. We're at the main UEC page, and I'm just going to scroll down. If you notice while I'm scrolling, you do not see the user menu. But what you do see is you need the login screen for login form, which I'm circling in black there. You have to log in. Now, the login that you use to log in the page is the same one you use to join. So the email that you got that gave you your username and password, this is what you would type in here. So just go ahead and log in. And now you can see the user menu. All right. There are many different parts. Let's start with submit a web link. Now, web links, as you go to extend links, they show up here in the extend links section. There are several different types. I'll give you an example. Like there's social links, so it's to say fun stuff with economics, like this website here. Yeah. You know, about some neat things that you can do with economics. And academic links, these are like basically things dealing with the university and research in that sense. And one link that you don't see on there just yet is career-oriented links. So when you pick your section, you have to decide which, where exactly does your link belong. Name a link is what you're going to call it. Call link, and of course the URL and the description about it. So let's try one. So here's a great website, which basically gives you links about different things with economics, interactive tutorials and such. Let's copy that in. The name of the links is the Economics Network. And then we just have to write a description about it. All right, now let's say if we want to cancel, you hit this little X. That would cancel a web link, we won't submit it. But if you hit the save, this will save it and submit a web link. There we go. So our submission will be on site shortly. Now, the next thing we're going to take a look at is submitting an event. Now, there are a couple ways to submit an event on the site. One way is hitting the Submit Event button in the user menu. It's fairly simple. You basically have three portions. Your title, what you want to call it, put in the upcoming events category. This is a teaser. So let's say if we were adding this to the main site, this box here will end up on the main site. So like this box here, this will end up on the main site, and then the box below it, this box here is when you click read more. This will be the main text, and this will be like more information will end up in the bottom box. Okay, so there are a couple things. It's basically HTML, so you could add straight HTML into the page using the HTML source editor, or you can just use the editor given. So if we wanted to add an image, an anchor, we clean up messy code. This is a great thing. So if we insert HTML in here and there are problems, we can just hit that button. Help is a nice feature if we want to know about more information about the interface being used. Inserting smileys, the time of when, the date, finding and replacing information in the site, previewing what it's going to look like. And, it's basically just, it's good to recognize certain things. But let's say we want to put a link in. So if we say a link like search, if we highlight it, you see now these two spaces become available. And that's basically creating a link and unlinking something. So if we create a link here, this will show up blue, and then we can create unlink, and then it will show up regular. So let's try that. So let's just make a link here. Okay. So now it's linked. And now we just hit this button here, and it's unlinked. Pretty simple. Inserting an order list, 1, 2, 3, or like for notes, just a bunch of dots, like that. Bold, italics, underlined, strike through. These are different notations. I wouldn't really worry about styles and format. This is really, more technical. Subscript, superscript. It's very good for writing math notation. Custom characters, horizontal rules, flash movies. This is very good, especially for submitting video. It's a very similar outlook. You just basically, submit the flash movie and then, hit submit there. So it's fairly simple for submitting video, but we're right now doing an event. So let's talk about an upcoming event. So let's call it title UEC movie. UEC movie night, all right? Of course, we're going to put upcoming events, and then we're going to say information about it, basically whatever we want. Now, we could do a table is a good way to do it. Now, columns, rows, it's pretty simple in comparison to like using Excel or Word or, or OpenOffice or whatever you're using. Don't worry too much about class sets or you should keep the alignments left or center depending on what exactly it is you want. So let's go ahead and do that. So, all right, so now we get this little column. So in between each is a little indentation. Let's say we're going to say time, then do tab, shift tab goes back and forward tab goes forward between each cell. And then we can highlight them and bold them. Pretty simple. And now you get these nice little features. This is changing properties, changing the cell properties of each cell, inserting row before, back, and you can just, see the different things for each one. And you can insert information right there. So that's pretty much the cell. And this is the same thing prior. Inserting a page break, an image. So, it basically, it'll break the page, but you won't really see this when it shows up. And then, this is more information down here. I really don't have to worry about it. So basically, when you are done, if you were editing an article, you would just hit check. But since this is a new article, we would hit save. We see my mouse over right now. And then, X would be to cancel the article that we are doing, so it won't be submitted. And upcoming events like we were just working with will go here in this area. So let's go back to, let's say submitting a video. We're going to do that. It's a fairly similar thing, except we just hit, flash and submit the link to the flash movie that we want to add. News is exactly the same. All right, you can't just leave, things, so you need to cancel it. This protects your work, so if you accidentally, hit links and such, your work in that space will stay there. And news is the same. Your details is just information about you. And the last part is check in items. So once you have submitted all your content, you press check in your items, and items will now end up on the page. So it means you're done working with them. And once you're done, you basically want to leave the site and log out. Log out. And that's the tutorial for the user menu. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and hope you submit content to the site.